Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here once again. We are looking at NFL single game here, obviously for Monday Night Football. Hopefully, you guys all had a pretty good weekend and won some good money. We did pretty good. We swept this weekend, and also, as you can see on Sunday night single game, it was pretty good as well. We unfortunately split with a lot of people there for third place, but I'll definitely take it. And as you can see above, quite a bit of the lineups did cash last night for single games, so definitely excited for that one. But yeah, like I said, NFL for main slate and stuff like that was pretty solid. Did cash. So as well, if you guys want to get in on NFL weekly, it's $10, 35 for the month, or it's 120 for the rest of the season. And as I have said before, there's only a couple days left in September to get in on the NBA season pass deal. It will be $290 until October 1st. Once October 1st comes around, it's going to go up to $350. NBA preseason starts on the 3rd, so NBA is literally just a couple weeks away. Regular season is so. NFL's going strong right now, but like I said, NBA is literally right around the corner. So definitely get in on that while you guys can. So I think that is mostly it. So let's go look at single game. If you guys did watch the video for Sunday, a lot of the picks were pretty good. So hopefully, you guys put in a couple of those guys. One of the guys, Peyton Barber, I had him in there, and he went off pretty well. So hopefully, you guys did pretty good. So all right, so tonight we got Dallas and Philadelphia. We got a 51.5 in Dallas by 3. They are obviously playing inside, and obviously Prescott is going to be going back to Dallas for the first time in a while since his injury. And then we got Philadelphia as well. So we got Dallas only by 3. I don't know if Vegas is just messing with us. I feel like it should be a little more by Dallas. I get their defense ain't that great, but man, their offense is crazy. So let's go look at the quarterbacks for you. Obviously, we got I don't know why it keeps showing up. But we got Prescott and obviously Jalen Hurts right here. Prescott did not look too good against Chargers. He still had 23 for 27, so still not bad for completion. You got to put him in there in your MVP spot for sure. Probably your most likely guy to score, and that's going to be your most common MVP. So obviously, if I'm doing 150 lineups, I'm going to be switching it up a little bit. But Prescott obviously going to be your main guy if you're doing just a couple lineups. Jalen Hurts not too bad either. He has maybe a little bit more upside than Prescott does, just because he can run and get a touchdown. But obviously he can't. He's not as good as a passer. So obviously, if Prescott throws for like 350, 400 yards with 3 or 4 touchdowns, well, then that's probably your best bet. So I have a couple Hurts at the MVP spot. I definitely do think Dak outscores him though. What do we got him here? I got Dak at 22, then obviously Jillian at 20 here. Running back area, this is where you can kind of change some stuff up a little bit here. You got Elliott, Sanders, Pollard, and Gainwell. And then, like I said, we got Elliott. Had a couple more touches last week. Had 1 touchdown, so he's all right. Probably I'm not too afraid of Philly here. I mean, they're not bad against the run, but I'm going to put him in there obviously in a couple. Sanders, I don't know, maybe a couple shares of him. I don't have a ton. You got Tony Pollard out of the backfield. I think a lot of people are going to overreact to this one. I still think he's an all right play, but I probably won't have a ton of exposure. I'll still have probably 30-ish so percent, but I'm not going to have a ton. He only rushed for 13 times last week, so I don't know, probably around 8 to 9. And then Gainwell, I think a lot of people are going to have him at 8K. Another half decent little guy there. Does a couple things in the receiving area. So obviously DK, that's going to help him out. So at 8K, another guy that can get you about 8 to 9. So main guys probably Elliott and Gainwell, and a little bit of Sanders and Pollard mixed in there. And then wide receivers, obviously your 2 main guys is CD Lamb and Amari Cooper. Probably going to go Cooper here a little bit cheaper. Sorry, Lamb at $500 cheaper. Still going to have both of them, but probably going to go CD here. Then you got Devontae Smith, Jalen Rieger, and Watkins here as your 3 main guys for Philadelphia. And that's kind of where you can mix and match some stuff. I think a lot of people are going to go to Devontae Smith here at 10.5. Target share hasn't been too bad, 8 and 7 in his last 2, so kind of one of the main guys there. I got him at 10.2, at 10.5. I don't have a ton of him just because he's kind of expensive. Obviously, going to be focusing on these two guys here, and can't get a ton of Smith in there with one of those guys. And then you got Jalen Rieger here at 7.5, a little bit cheaper, target share at 6.5, so a little bit easier to get him in there. Obviously, Smith is the go-to guy, but maybe get Jalen in there at only 7.5. And then Watkins is basically like your GPP play. Not going to get a ton of targets. Definitely the long threat in this one, so he might get lucky and maybe get you a couple passes, but he's not going to get a ton of targets. But who knows, man? I mean, they're going to be down, so maybe Hurts is going to have to throw the ball, but we'll have to see in this one. So a couple from him, maybe a couple shares of Cedric, just to have him in there, kind of like Watkins. Just to have a little bit of a differentness in there. Tight ends. You got Dallas Goedert, Schultz, Jarwin, Zach Ertz. Not going to have a ton of exposure to these guys. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Ertz found the end zone here, maybe in a GPP. Going to have a couple of him. I mean, he's 6,000. I know he's had some injuries, but Ertz is still Ertz, So, obviously, Goddard and Ertz are going to be shared a little bit. Same thing with Schultz and Jarwin. Schultz probably your main guy to be looking at. Had 6 targets and then only 2, but also another guy that could find the end zone. So, basically, I mean, I think you could mix in a couple of these tight ends. I mean, they're so cheap, 6,000, 6,500 for the cheaper guys down here. So, um, I wouldn't mind maybe going to one of those guys over like over a Watkins or a Cedric Wilson if you need somebody a little bit cheaper. I think these guys might have a little bit more upside with a touchdown. So, uh, probably your safer play, but obviously if you're going to go GPP, you're going to be picking one of these Watkins or Wilson. And then kickers probably have about I usually have anywhere from about 15-20% of them. Maybe 15, 20 lineups of these guys, obviously. So, we had Crosby last night and helped us get in third place. I wouldn't be surprised if these kickers have to come in, especially Jake Elliott. If Philly does drive the ball, they're going to need him a little bit because they might struggle a little bit down there in the red zone. So wouldn't be surprised if Elliott gets you around 8 to 10, maybe even a little more because Elliott has a pretty good leg, so he might get a couple 50-yard field goals, which are 5 each. For the 50-yarders. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind a couple of those guys. They're not cheap, though, at 9 and 8.5, so it's hard to get them in there. Like I said, that's why you just go down to your tight ends a little bit there. So, anyway, that is mostly it. Not too much that we can really do. I guess I'll just see what the projection spits out here just for an optimal lineup. Prescott, Elliott, Sanders, Elliott, Lamb. Uh, I'd probably switch that up a little bit. I don't really like having Sanders in there with Elliott. I don't like that combo. Probably just one of those guys in there. But anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at. So that is it as normal. If you guys want to get in on NFL, like I said, we are still going strong with that one. Like I said, it was a sweep for NFL lineups for Sunday. Like I said, 10 for the week, 35 for the month, or 120 for the season. And like I said, we have our NBA season pass special, $290 until October 1st. Then it will go up to $350. So definitely keep that one in mind. And like I said, obviously we will be offering month passes for NBA. Like I said, it is our best sport by a mile, so definitely get in on that one while you guys can. So, yeah, that is mostly it. Once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you guys all have a pretty good week, and we will see you guys a little bit later on.